Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Revved Up. Now this is episode number 11. Now, yours truly and the entire production team here at Revved Up, we are very excited about episode 11 because after the opening 10 episodes, what we did was go back to episode 1 and look through to episode 10 and then ask you on social media to pick your best, the very best of each segment so we can compile a special edition for episode 11 just before we move on to episode 12. So the most of the segments you're going to see on the show today are what you have picked on social media as the best segments in the opening 10 episodes. Hey, I'm Andrew Kabuura. It's this week's episode of Revved Up. Welcome aboard.
On this edition of Revved Up,
All right, now as you can see behind me is the helipad at Serena, which we always use to shoot our cars. But today it's empty. That's mainly because we've decided not to shoot a new car this week as we're going back to the special episode. So later on we shall be showing you which car you picked and you will be seeing all the celebrities with that very car. But first, the very best car care all you, our viewers, picked on social media.
Car Care, brought to you by Shell Helix. This week we bring you some useful tips on checking your vehicle's oil. Not only does this increase your engine's performance, it also increases your car's life expectancy. First, make sure your engine has been switched off for at least 10 minutes. And check that your car is parked on level ground. Then, open the car bonnet and take out the dipstick. Wipe it with a clean rag. Insert the dipstick back into the pipe and then pull it out. Look at the film of oil on the dipstick and note how high it reaches. If it is near the lower level marker, you will need to add more oil. Test the quality of the oil by rubbing it between your fingers. If it leaves a dirty smudge, it probably needs to be changed. It is recommended to check your engine's oil once a week to keep your vehicle running at maximum efficiency. The Mercedes F015 is more than just a car. It is a glimpse into the future. Sleek and silvery, this incredible innovation in the vehicular world is a testament to the advance of technology in the modern age. This is the car that has been a mere dream for decades, the stuff of sci-fi movies and supervillains. This is the driverless car. Visually stunning, the Mercedes F015 seems to glide effortlessly across the ground, powered by a hydrogen fuel cell electrical engine with 134 horsepower and an acceleration speed of 0 to 100 kilometers in 6.7 seconds. The polished silver exterior, along with its LED lights and snub-nose hood, gives this car a futuristic look and appeal. The interior does not disappoint either, showcasing 4 plush white leather seats which rotate fully, giving the passengers the option of facing each other while inside. Paneling the sides are 6 interactive touchscreens that allow music selection, communication with your contact list, and a special feature which projects a variety of scenery onto the windows and virtually transports you to a location of your choosing. There is the option of manually driving this car as well, but with so many reasons not to, it's unlikely that this car will receive much handling. The Mercedes F015 is due to be released in 2017 with an approximated price of $300,000 to $500,000.
All right, so went back to social media this week for a special episode and looked at all the celebrities you guys had picked. You picked a couple of good celebrities with beautiful cars. Let's take a look. All right, so on Revved Up this week, we cross over to Celebrity Rides, where once again we catch up with one of the more popular ladies around. She's an actress, she does television, she's a host, and she does radio as well, one of the bigger shows in the afternoons when it comes down to Uganda. You probably know who I'm talking about already, Flavia Tumusime.
Yes.
Such a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming through and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good ride, huh?
Yes, very comfortable, very lovely.
Before we talk about the ride itself,
Okay.
I want us to talk about you. A small career question. Look, I've read a couple of newspapers, I've seen some articles about you in papers. Are you one of those folks who get up in the morning and say, you know what, I've worked hard for my career, but it's been such a smooth ride? Because from a young age, television, radio, channel or NTV, you're leading the cast and everything. Are you one of those folks who go home in your room alone and say, it's actually been kind of smooth?
Sometimes, but I don't think it has been smooth. It's I say it's like a duck. You know, when a duck is on the water, on top it's just so calm. Under there, it's paddling. So people don't see the stress that goes into it. So it's been a good ride, just not smooth. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about her car because it's Revved Up. So it's all about cars, and this very segment is called Celebrity Rides. We shall talk about your car
Yes.
in detail. But for starters, for how long have you had this car? And tell me, why on earth don't you have a Hammer?
Yeah, well, let's start from the last question. No, really, I don't want a Hammer. I want a Jeep Grand. I don't have a Jeep Grand because I think I can afford it in a year, but I don't think I want to buy that. I have other thoughts of investing somewhere else. So that's why I don't have a Jeep Grand, not a Hammer. How long have I had the car? Should be close to 3.5 years or 4. Yeah.
Hey, you're making money, eh?
Maybe.
I would never stand up and say in a year's time I'm driving something that expensive. But what are the benefits? What are the benefits of having this specific car?
Okay, well, first of all, the story behind this particular car, I was going to church. I pray. Okay, well,
Which makes the two of us.
just so you know. And I saw somebody driving this car and they parked it and I went right next to the car and I started breathing next to it and I said, that's the next car I want to drive because I was driving a much smaller RAV4. And then I asked for the price and then I said, maybe I don't want to drive that car. Maybe my dreams don't have to happen at that time. Then I had an accident with my old car and I had to buy a new car. And I said, well, what happened to that dream? Let me buy it. Now this particular car has been owned by, well, the first owner for about 6 months, then me. So she said, well, here's something, and I got very lucky with it. So it called me. It's a relationship, yeah. It was meant to be.
What are the benefits with this car? Whether it's comfort, whether it's maintenance, whether it's fuel, what are the benefits?
Do I tell the truth?
Yeah, you have to.
Oh, okay, I'll be honest. I'm a terrible driver. Well, I think in the last 2 years I've kind of worked out how to drive carefully, but I'm not very good with the bumps and we don't have the safest roads, bumps here and there. And I wanted a car that's slightly high, that's big body, comfortable, but also still in my cost. And that made sense because I can hit that car in any part of the village or town and it still doesn't feel the bumps. So I guess that it was comfort, cost, and cool. A bit of swag.
All right, that's what you like about your car.
Yes.
But someone could also ask you, you're such a big celebrity in town now. That means there's so many folks out there who look after you. But I'm asking, like, if you got up in the morning and then some kid came up to you and said, you know what, Flav, I want to buy a car, my first car.
Yes.
What are the 3 points you'd give that very person? What exactly should they look out for?
Okay. First of all, when you're buying a car and not your parents who are like billionaires out there who are giving you the car, you need to first of all
Stop talking about me, by the way.
Yes, billionaire. You need to look into your pockets. You have a budget. Have a budget for the car. But also before you because you can have the money to buy this particular car, but you don't have the money to afford this. There's 2 different things because you have to maintain the car. Yeah. It's the more expensive the car, by the way, the more expensive the maintenance. There's the fuel. There's the brakes are having issues. There's somebody scratched your car and you need to shock. So you need to think about the maintenance. So ask as many questions as you can. And I'm a female, which makes it even worse. So we don't know anything. So I asked as many questions as I could about the car. You need to find out who has the same car. Test drive it. I know people are not that nice, not that friendly, but I got test drives. Yeah. People were nice to me. So, feel if, you like the comfort, look at all those things. So I'd say cost is quite important. Maintenance is quite important to think about. Consumption. Yo, fuel. Yeah. Yes, it does take a lot.
All right, that's it with Flavia this very week. She's shown you her car. She's given you the tips and also given you reasons why you need to buy specific cars for your garage. Flavia, thank you very, very much
Pleasure.
for coming through. We do appreciate, and please start driving safely.
I will.
All right, so as we continue with our special episode of Revved Up, 10 episodes down the road into road review, you guys have been picking the best machines. Now, road review is pretty much that segment on the show where we focus on the newest and biggest cars in town. Now, you guys hit our social media, and these are the cars you decided should be in our special episode of road review.
This is a car which not only provides an incredible 475 horsepower through a 6.4-litre engine, but also allows you to use optimal acceleration to harness that power through the launch control button. This is a car which is equally capable on city roads or country trails, because the Select Terrain Transition System has 5 different settings ranging from snow to sand. This is a car which can race around a track or take you to work, but always puts your safety first through its blind spot monitors, rear backup cameras, forward collision warning system, and over 70 other safety features. In other words, this car is the complete package.
A couple of years ago, you'd get a big car like this one, specifically for space, because you had some business to do, you had to move with the family far out of the country or something like that. But things have changed over the years. Now there's the rare combination of comfort, luxury and quality when it comes to some of these big cars. For example, this SUV, specifically the Grand Cherokee, that is Jeep SRT. It's one of the better vehicles to have on the roads these days, and we pretty much shall show you what it's all about, why you need to have this specific car in your garage. And of course, as always, on Revved Up, we always have the experts themselves. And talking about the experts, this very week I'm joined by Gilbert Wavamuno, who is the sales director from Spear Motors. Gilbert, thank you very, very much for joining us on set today.
Thanks for having me here.
You're in the business of trying to sell this car, trying to let Ugandans know everything about this very vehicle. There are so many SUVs on the market now.
Yeah.
You know how competitive it is.
Yes.
What are those 2 or 3 things you tell someone out there, this is the car to actually take off?
I think the main thing to say is if you look at the conditions we're living in Uganda, and you need an SUV, you need something that has 4-wheel drive capability, which this has. You need something that will have space and safety for you, your family. which this one has. And then you need something which also, let's say, keeps you, let's say, happy to drive every day, keeps you, lets you do your work while enjoying driving it, which this one does. Things like, the SRT, of course, is a high performance version. Yeah. So this is for the family man or woman out there who really wanted to have an SUV and at the same time was torn between an SUV or a sports car. Now the SRT covers both segments very well. You've got your SUV four-wheel drive capability, and you've got the high performance engine, high performance handling, of a sports car. So during the week you can drive around normally to work and back, relaxed, casual. Then on the weekend you could go and stretch the vehicle a bit and hear the sound, feel the power. So you've sort of like catered for everything within this one SUV. In fact, this is more like, let's say, a super SUV. Yeah. This also has the radar system for pre-collision warning. So if you're about to have an accident, it will warn you. If you don't react, it will brake the vehicle automatically. So this is a similar system as what we also have on the other brands we sell, like Mercedes. So this is all stuff that's standard on like the SRT.
But what about comfort? The Grand Cherokee SRT offers its passengers a cool and relaxing interior that would put many other cars to shame. The leather-covered seats are made from superior Scandinavian hides, and the seats themselves are heated and ventilated. In the back are optional iPad screens for entertainment, combined with an impressive sound system for maximum luxury and relaxation.
All right, so we're enjoying the experience now as we take it for a quick test on the roads just to see what it's like. Gilbert is my driver for today. I'll be driving later on, just probably to prove him wrong that I can drive slightly faster than he does. But let's talk about the experience though. The experience of driving this car, factor in the comfort, factor in the power. How would you describe that to the viewer?
Oh, it's very comfortable. The power is on another level. When you drive this, it really also makes you feel powerful because just the slightest prod of the accelerator and you feel a lot of push, the torque, the vehicle pushing you forward. If you push the accelerator slightly more, then you get even much more. So the feeling of acceleration is a bit of a thrill. It's like a roller coaster. Yeah. But today they've refined the SUVs to such a level that driving an SUV now is like driving a car. The performance, the handling, everything is just mind-blowing. Yeah. So what you're getting now is that space, but with all the benefits you would have had with a normal saloon car. I like a car with performance. So the SUV has to be powerful, and it has to sound the part. I don't like the performance with silence. It has to be also with the sound, quite a kind of emotional. Like I said, you have a weekend car, sports car, where this can cover both the weekend sports car as well as your daily runner. Yeah. So I look generally for something like this. Powerful, but can go off-road, can do everything.
It is truly difficult to find many faults with a car this all-encompassing, and the positive aspects are seemingly endless. Without a doubt, the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT is so well-rounded, stylish, and user-friendly that it deserves recognition in our road review this week. With its commanding presence and advanced technologies for drivers and passengers alike, the new Sorento stands out among today's modern SUVs. The Sorento 2016 is the latest model from South Korea giant Kia Motors to be brought to Uganda.
So the Kia Sorento is one of the more luxurious cars, one of the more modern SUVs as well. Beautiful car from the outside and the inside as well. It's actually one of the first cars to test the roads here in Uganda. And just to take you through the car, the specifications as well, we're always joined by the experts themselves. Talking about experts, I'm joined by Mr. Joseph Semuwemba, who is CEO Motor Center East Africa, the Kia distributors here in Uganda.
The Kia Sorento 2016 is the car to have anytime, anywhere in the world today. It has just gone through a total refinement, 360 degrees. 3 inches of length added and 1 inch of width added, better wheelbase, better stability, touch gadgets all around the car, top-notch material used, both off and on road. Is the best car to have today. No question about it.
The interior design boasts a modern and refined look with maximum comfort. On the steering wheel, you have buttons to control the radio, hands-free Bluetooth, and cruise control. You also get air-conditioned seats, front and rear air vents, a USB port for your phone, an electronic handbrake, and even a panoramic sunroof.
One of the most interesting things is that everything inside is touch. Nothing mechanical, everything is touch. For example, if I'm going to start this car and leave to wherever I'm going, I just have to use the power button. It has a button for a start. It's very simple. You press the brakes and there you go. Very simple. And then you're off to a good start.
The Kia is sensible too. This model comes with a 2.2-litre diesel engine, which makes it very fuel efficient for a mid-size SUV. And when you take a look at the rear, you can see that it comes with a row of back seats, each row providing unmatched legroom. But what's it like to drive?
Like I said, this is a total refinement of the car, a total turnaround. The pump steering system is not just a power steering system, it's way softer. It gives you a lot of comfort and ease of maneuverability. A feeling that you're totally in control of the car. And that it's not just the pump steering system, but the suspension, the ABS system, the electronic braking system is all matched to give you total comfort and control of the car.
Everyone looks out for acceleration, everyone looks out for, because if you're someone who likes driving a little speed, you also want to be sure the car can actually brake as fast as it can. How good is this one?
It has the anti-lock braking system, so this car will brake whichever, whether on slippery ground or otherwise. It will brake instantly without having to skid. And it also has the EBD, the electronic braking system. These two combine to give you maximum safety standards.
The Sorento also delivers on its off-road performance. It comes with 3 driving modes: Normal, Eco, and Sport, to deliver the right performance for different driving conditions. Comfortable, stylish, and efficient, the Kia Sorento is a fine example of a modern mid-size SUV. Suitable for both business and family, the Sorento's unique design offers something for everyone.
All right, guys, thank you very much for joining us this week. It's been a special episode, 10 episodes down the road. It's a very big milestone for yours truly and the production crew here at Revved Up. Now, you can go to our Facebook page right now, that is Revved Up Uganda, and give us your side of the story as well. Look at the different comments and give your comments and your input. We shall run all the different comments on our show next week. Thank you very much to all our sponsors, and hope you guys have enjoyed the show. From me and the rest of the crew, it's goodbye and good night.
Next week on Revved Up.